The mission of how I started podcasting and started Special Chronicles is giving respect and voice to those of us with special needs. I became an athlete leader of Special Olympics Illinois, and when I recorded the audio of the speeches that I was given and putting those up as podcasts, I soon received messages of encouragement, and I learned that it was a powerful platform and really helping to make a difference in people's lives. 12 years ago, I didn't expect that anybody would want to even listen to me. We have over 42,316 listeners per month. It's a humbling experience. I'm really grateful to make a difference in other people's lives.
You're going to be unmuted. No, I'm unmuted.
Now, this is Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people with special needs.
Podcasting since 2008. This is the show where we're broadcasting disability stories from an insider's perspective, and we are giving a voice to people with special needs. This is your weekly guide to find and joy, acceptance, and inclusion.
I cannot wait till we could hug each other. That's usually what I do every time I see you guys is hug each other. I'm going to talk about that again. So, okay, stop talking.
It's time we try. It's time we care. It's time we stand. It starts with a voice.
Good. Talk.
Coming up on part 10 of our Unified at Work podcast original series, we're on the job with the original UA4, featuring a roundtable conversation celebrating their 1-year work anniversary at United Airlines. Tune in for an extraordinary conversation about unified employment taking off at United Airlines, based on a groundbreaking global partnership with Special Olympics and United Airlines, featuring behind-the-scenes stories and exclusive audio documentary from the global headquarters of the Friendly Skies. Part 10 is coming up right now on specialchronicles.com. Welcome back to our Unified at Work series. My name is Angela, and I'm a customer service representative here at United Airlines. I'm taking over as guest hostess this week to lead a roundtable conversation with our original UA4, my friends Daniel, Z, Kyle, and Laura. Put your hands together and welcome our guests.
Yellow one. Well, yeah, that's good. You didn't have to it would have stopped by itself.
you're usually the host of this podcast, but Daniel is a founder of Special Chronicles and a Sergeant Shiver International Global Messenger with Special Olympics, and is a service ambassador at United Airlines. And therefore, I will be the hostess and you will not be the host.
This is the season 1 finale, right?
It is. Lauren Miller, something you want to share with the group about your blog?
Yes. So not too long ago, I started a blog. It's called Exceptionalities, and it's basically just about my lifestyle, what I'm doing. And so please look at it. It's on Facebook. It's on Twitter. Please read it. Thank you so much.
Once again, that blog is exceptional. How do you say it?
Exceptionalities.
Exceptionalities. Now, is that something that you made up?
Yes. Actually, it goes way back to my senior year of high school. I was a part of a class called Senior Studies. And we all had second semester, we all had our individual projects to do. And mine was to create this word exceptionalities, because I felt disabilities, if you dissect the word, it's disabilities. And I didn't really like the sound of that for people who have so many abilities. Like there's things we can do. So I thought exceptionality sounded more empowering, and it felt like it was celebrating who we are instead of the opposite.
Well, I think you are exceptional, Lauren.
Thank
and I'm
you.
happy to have you as a friend and a coworker. And I think that's a wonderful thing that you have created. So check out Exceptionalities blog, Lauren Miller. Moving on, we have Zinyra Ross. You're an artist and an owner of Just Z Business, an athlete leader with Special Olympics Illinois, and a service ambassador for United Airlines. Welcome.
Hello, thank you for having me today.
We are very happy to see you again after our long 6 month. All of these kids we haven't seen each other in 6 months, and we have kept in touch through text messaging, emails, phone calls, and FaceTime. And I tell you, our big thing is when we see each other, the first thing we do is we always hug each other, and we can't do that now. And it makes me kind of sad, but I know down the road, one day we will be able to hug each other. But let's just put our hands in right now as our little invisible hug.
Yeah.
And then, we'll start this out with our original UA4. 1, 2, 3, boom. So moving on, we have Kyle, and you also work as an emergency management and an athlete leader with Special Olympics Illinois and a service ambassador at the United Airlines. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Happy to have you here. So before we get into our roundtable discussion, I do have a programming note at Unified at Your Work series. It's produced by the Special Network for 12 plus years. We've been producing groundbreaking and award-winning podcasts that give respect and a voice to people with special needs. Listen to hundreds of podcasts heard globally by thousands of listeners for free and on demand, specialchronicles.com, and podcast apps everywhere. The Unified at Work series is produced in collaboration with United Airlines. United is Chicago's hometown airline and a major legacy airline. United Airlines is a proud global partner with Special Olympics. Fly the friendly skies and book your travel today on United.com or the United mobile app. Okay, so listen.
Did you forget to introduce somebody? Did you forget to introduce somebody?
Oh, Daniel. Oh, Daniel. All right. No, I did say, but Daniel, you are normally okay. Daniel, you're usually the host. I did say I was taking over as hostess because I did say that you are the founder of Special Chronicles, a Sergeant Shriver International Global.
You did. Okay,
I did.
We're doing a little. We're gonna let the full floor down. We're taping like 6 episodes today. Or 5 episodes today? 5, something like that.
So is that your excuse that you're going with today, Kyle?
Daniel?
Daniel?
Yeah. I don't know what.
See, okay, now you're getting me all confused now too. Should we just go to a commercial break right now, or what should we do? It might be good.
Yeah. Should we go to a commercial break? Yeah. Let's do that right now.
You guys are real funny.
Green and blue.
This episode is brought to you by the ComEd Energy Force Ambassador Program. The Energy Force is the country's first energy efficiency education program designed for and taught by people with disabilities. ComEd is powering lives and Rady is powering nests here at Special Chronicles. Learn more at specialchronicles.com/ComEd. That's specialchronicles.com/ComEd. We thank ComEd for the generous support of Special Chronicles. This episode is brought to you by listeners like you. Please support this podcast at specialchronicles.com/give. That's specialchronicles.com/give.
We're not just athletes.
We are the ambassadors of an uprising.
Peaceful protesters.
In a rebellion against anyone
who has a fear of difference.
Difference.
Our demands are
equality.
All right.
Equality.
So,
dignity, and the recognition of our shared humanity.
We will not stop or accept anything less.
Today, our world is
more divided than ever.
Coming together has never been more urgent.
The revolution.
What were you laughing at? Because I was out.
Find out more
at
jointherevolution.org.
I did it.
I do it out of love.
Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Lauren.
Daniel,
Z, thank you.
I do it out of love.
Support. All right, let me know.
We're back. We're
back? Oh, okay. Well, you're listening to the Unified at Work special series and the Special Chronicles show on specialchronicles.com and are on the job celebrating, yes, it's true, folks, 1 year work anniversary.
Yellow.
I wasn't even done finishing introducing you all with our original UA4. That's what I was saying. We've got Daniel, Z, Kyle, Lauren. We aren't just coworkers here. These kids came in a year. I call you kids because I'm a couple years older than you, but
a couple.
Oh, would somebody take the microphone away from him, please? But when you came in, the three out of four of you job shadowed with me, and we spent a lot of time getting to know each other. Daniel, I know your father. Z, I've met your mother, spent time with her. Kyle, I talked to your mother. Lauren, I'm good friends with your dad, and we've gotten to know each other. So not only are we coworkers, but we're friends now. We're family. We are. I mean, I told you when you first started working, I said, United is your new family. You are a part of the United family.
I wanted a job here.
Yeah, you did. And you got it.
I did.
You did. So just about a year ago, you four had no idea that you were going to work for a major airline. And Z, when you started the whole process, what did you think was happening? You did what, a job shadow day?
Yeah, first I did the job shadow day with Special Olympics. And then over time, it was like one day, Karen like, oh yeah, you're going to do a job interview for this. I was like, okay.
Had you ever done a job interview before?
Yes, I did it once with Brookfield Zoo.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did. Mm-hmm. But you weren't ever thinking that a job would be an opportunity for you at United Airlines at the time, did you?
Yeah, I thought
an ambassador.
Oh yeah, I just thought it would be a good opportunity to look at another job site. I didn't know I would actually get in the job, to be honest.
Right. Well, then you obviously knocked the interview out of the park by doing so well, because I tell you what, whoever you interviewed with, they loved you and they wanted you. Kyle, let's talk about your experience with your interview.
So filling out all the paperwork, yes, it was quite a bit, but it was also very exciting. And also I got to interview with Rick. Mm-hmm. And the interview, it more wasn't an interview per se. It was a more get to know you
just a conversation with another guy. So it was
just a conversation, so you got to know your other coworkers.
Great.
Or your United family.
That's a nice introduction to the United family, isn't it? Have somebody welcome you so nicely. Lauren, what was one of the biggest surprises when you were told you were going to have an opportunity to interview for a job at United?
Well, first off, my mom came with me to to the interview. My mom didn't know that she actually had to stay, but she ended up staying anyway. And it seemed like I was pre-selected to work here at first.
Mm-hmm.
But I just have to say it's been so much fun. My interview, Linda interviewed me, and I have to say she is one of the nicest people I have met.
Is that Linda Helton?
Yeah, I believe.
Great gal. She's a great lady.
Yeah, she's definitely really nice. And the interview, outside of that part, meeting these three was probably my favorite part of all of that, because if there's one thing I value the most, it is friendship. And I have to say all three of them are amazing in their own ways, and I enjoy getting to know them and then also getting to know you.
Well, thank you. We all feel the same about you too. We love you.
We do love
we
you.
love each other.
Not to give you your hugs.
Yeah, I know.
It is. That's the hardest part. But we'll be able to hug each other. I don't know, Kyle. You might not let go of some of us.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Daniel, what your introduction into United Airlines getting ready? Were you blindsided by?
I was blindsided. When I got the call from Cameron Milligan at Special Olympics, she told me to in the one of the episodes with Susie, I talked about this, but she told me about two things. One was about the job at United. Another one was going to Dublin for a unified leadership workshop. And yeah, I was completely, I didn't know. I didn't know that, like what Lone said, was that we will pre-selected. Like I had no idea that we will, and I missed the first job shadow. So the second one was after the week after all.
Yeah, you came in later.
The week after our interview was, and we couldn't tell anybody that we just had it. Like this was like we couldn't post anything on social media. We couldn't. Yeah.
No, keep going. You guys can talk about that. So you basically knew you had a job, but you weren't able to discuss it with anybody.
We couldn't discuss it. We couldn't put it on YouTube. We couldn't put it on Instagram. We couldn't put it on Facebook.
You couldn't do
we
anything.
posted a photo on Facebook, and we actually had to take it down. But
because they wanted to make a special announcement.
Yes, because they wanted to make a special announcement.
And that announcement, I think, kind of happened almost a year later in July 2020. Right?
Yes, you're correct. Yes. Well, I think we're one of the first major airlines to hire for.
You're the only.
I want to say I know they had some ambassadors, but you are full-time. You're regular part-time employees here at United Airlines, and I think we are the first major airline to have 4 Special Olympics ambassadors as employees, and I'm really happy to have you.
Yeah, for me, it wasn't so much social media that I had a hard time with. It was more that I have a boyfriend, and he also was going to apply for the job, and so I was constantly worried about that. But I'm happy to say that my boyfriend is nothing but supportive of me, and I hope he knows how much I love him.
I'm sure he does.
That's from my fiance.
Lowen's boyfriend Garrett is the voice behind our station.
I do. Yes, Garrett does do that introduction, correct?
Yeah, intro and outro.
The intro. Yes, I do. And I had the pleasure of meeting Garrett. I met him, right?
He has a great voice for radio.
Right. A lot's happened in 6 months. What's happened? Lauren, Kyle got engaged. That's amazing.
Almost engaged. Oh.
Almost engaged.
Let's not talk about that.
What's almost engaged?
I don't know what he's talking about. Let's focus
Nobody
on you.
knows.
Z's probably going to start creating her own fashion design line. She'll be at the fall at Fashion Week.
Fashion Week.
You can create a dress for me.
I don't know. Well, me and my mom gonna be working together.
Well, there you
'Cause
go.
She's the
It'll
fashion
be
designer.
yeah.
Just Z, right? Isn't it Just Z?
It's Just Z. Just Z. Yeah, you've got Just Z Designs, right? Yes, you do. Yes. Okay. So now that you have had a year under your belt, and not, what a year you've had. You're dealing with a pandemic that, really none of us really know how to deal with this. I mean, we're all taking it one day at a time, but
3 months into
3 months into it, you were hit with a pandemic. So, we talked about that on the last episode, but, thinking back now, here we are 6 months into it. And how comfortable are you now working at United? Knowing how to, be smart, educate yourself, and use the tools that you have.
Well, like I walked over here this morning. I walked over here to this Polaris club by myself. A year ago, I wouldn't have necessarily done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kyle?
So I'm really comfortable now, especially because now I even know how to get through without going through security. But I'm used to, I know almost like most of the airport by now as part of working here. I mean, I'm sure there's some parts that we could actually all use and refresh and say, oh, I forgot that.
Yeah, like I don't know, like looking by the gates. Are you talking about, or like more in the lobby?
Oh, I'm talking about gates. I'm talking about the T2.
Yeah.
What it's like on the other side when it's busy.
So, Z alone. Anything else? Before our hostess comes back with this roundtable, but anything else about looking back at 1 year? It's amazing.
Well, looking back, looking back from early in the year, I've noticed how it's gotten a lot busier. As far as my comfort, I've been comfortable coming back here, and I know one time Daniel and I went to go look at the ad of all four of us. I felt very comfortable with that.
And just today, we're recording this on the 6th of October 2020, and we were surprised with our United CEO Scott Kobe, and they actually filmed us walking with Scott down the sea concourse
in front of the.
Yeah, and we took a picture. We're gonna, I think a few people will probably, I don't know if it's already on Twitter, but it might be.
Yes, I think it is. You are streaming. So looking back at the year, you've met a lot of coworkers, and you've been through probably, I'd say, a good 150, maybe 100,000 people.
Yes.
That you've worked with and dealt with. Z, what's been your favorite part of this so far?
My favorite part so far, actually, I truly don't know yet. 'Cause I'm still learning, but I think my favorite part is just keep learning, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. You like the everyday challenge of learning something new?
Yeah, and I get to ask the worker, and they keep giving me tips and tips how to do it. So
yeah,
and I get to know them better too.
Sure, down the road you might be, somebody might be job shadowing you.
Yeah.
I never thought that would be.
Oh no, you asked about the favorite part. I was going to say something that I don't know if it's both alone and all favorite parts, but it has to do with coffee breaks.
It has to do with what?
Coffee breaks.
Lauren?
We drink. Okay.
Oh, between the two of you, who has more coffee breaks? I would like to know that.
Now that
we should probably not be talking about that.
Yeah,
right now.
let's not talk about that because Steve will listen to this.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay. So the serious answer to the favorite moment. I don't. If that was.
Go ahead. What do you think?
The most serious answer is I agree with the learning new things every day, but also getting to meet each of our customers that come through the lobby, and I'm interested in everybody's story, and we don't have a lot of time to have long interactions with. So, and I think that's something that we've had to learn about, how to like not talk to the customer for a long time because they do have a flight to catch.
Right.
But I think just one of my favorite memories is just being able to interact and even seeing people that I know fly with us.
For me, I would say my favorite part has been mainly the work. I love the working part, but I also really love my friendships with Daniel, Z, and Kyle. And then it's Angela.
Don't worry, I'll bring you up. You're my favorite part.
I do love Angela. I love everyone pretty much, actually. And then also running into Steve, Jana, and Brooke occasionally. It puts a smile on my face when I see them.
That's great that you know.
And the dance party.
My favorite part was when I did. My favorite part was when I did the gates with Angela, because me and her, we had our thing going. We were at like Fact Shot 4, Fact Shot 5.
Yep.
And
we're a good team.
Yeah, we are the A team.
We are the A team. We are.
And Angela is just an amazing person.
Well, thank you, Kyle. I think you're an
Along
amazing
with
person.
these other three, yes, you're all amazing too. But mostly,
yeah. We should wrap this up.
We should let's wrap this up. So listen, here's to
keep talking.
Many more years working together, being friends together, and hoping that very soon we will be able to hug each other and not have to worry about this pandemic. But in the meantime, we still have our wonderful jobs to come to. Congratulations, Lauren, Kyle, Z, Daniel, on 1 year at United Airlines. We are so happy to have you here. And I personally am happy to have you as part of my new family, but my new friends. And that's very important to me.
So
your family.
Your family.
Oh, here we go. So there we go. I found it.
All righty. Well, listen.
Yeah. So yeah, it's an honor to be a guest on this show.
Yeah, that's a little different for you, Daniel, isn't it?
Just a little bit.
All right, my United Airlines original 4, hands in.
Hands in.
On 3, UA. 1, 2, 3.
UA. Full.
No, UA 5.
Full.
Well, I'm already UA.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for taking time out with me. It's been so nice to see you. Visit specialchronicles.com to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. And be sure to subscribe to your podcast. And remember to rate, review, and follow us to be notified of new episodes that drop weekly right here on the Special Chronicles Network, your source of finding joy, acceptance, and inclusion that gives respect to the voice of people with special needs. I hope you've enjoyed this week's episode. Our guests have been Daniel, Lauren, Z, and Kyle, all 4 service ambassadors at United Airlines, our original UA4. We'll be back next week with another exciting episode for the Unified at Work series right here on the Special Chronicles show.
And hopefully next year for season 2 of Unified at Work.
Season 2, yes, absolutely. So tell your coworkers, friends, and family to stay subscribed to this original podcast on specialchronicles.com. We'll see you back here next week on the digital podcast airwaves. Until then, remember, choose to include, and see you next week.
Thank you for listening to Unified at Work and Flying the Friendly Skies.
Flying the Friendly Skies.
Until next week, remember, choose to include.
Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people with special needs.
Not real close.